Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and that's delayed start because my screen went black for a moment there. That was a bit scary. Anyway, welcome. We are here in London. We are parked just off Constitution Hill in front of the Queen Victoria Memorial and Buckingham Palace. And I just thought this was a good place to start because it kind of lands us in the middle of London, and means that we can get some good missions in around here. I did a quick test yesterday from Battersea Heliport, and we actually ended up flying out of London, ironically, but that's because of where I'd set the range. If you use the Random and Anywhere mod, then you know what it's about. You know what I'm talking about there. If you don't know about the Random and Anywhere mod, then hopefully in this stream I'll represent what it's all about, because it's a damn fine thing. Anyway, we are here in, let's go through the bits and bobs that we've got running here. We are here in the High Performance Group H145. We've also got the High Performance Group H145 Action Pack Expansion, which is a separate piece of software from High Performance Group, and that's what enables us to fly the missions. On top of that, we have got the excellent Random and Anywhere. It's called Random and Anywhere on the flightsim.to page. It's called Random and Everywhere in the app and on the Discord, just to keep us on his toes. But that's why you'll see two different names being mentioned there. All the links to this stuff, by the way, are down below in the video description. We are also using the Kekker's voice mod. You'll see that in action. It adds an extra layer of realism with the realistic voices with a radio effect. I'm using the English ones, obviously, because I'm English, and I have great difficulty speaking any other language, which is typical of us English. Anywhere else in Europe, they seem to be really good at speaking multiple languages. Us Brits, no, I'm going to speak English and you will understand every word I say. But there you go. So we're using that. I've got the M. Gonzalez H145 sound pack as well, and of course we have got this wonderful repaint of X-Ray Zulu 588 from Demo Designs. X-Ray Zulu 588 was or rather is actually, I should say, a Seeking Helicopter 202 Squadron. Spent some time up at RAF Lossiemouth, where I lived for a few years in the 80s. I have a great fondness for them, and it's wonderful to be able to actually fly the helicopter in the sim here. And this, if it works, there we go, is the real thing. That is X-Ray Zulu 588, the Seeking, which is currently being looked after by those wonderful chaps at Historic Helicopters. And you can actually go down there and see their helicopters. They've got all sorts. They've got Lynxes. They've got a Scout. They've got some Seekings, but they've got X-Ray Zulu 588. So that's the real thing. Just there. Wonderful helicopter. So we are Dom. I don't I don't have any custom codes for discounts, I'm afraid, for the H145. I have no real affiliation with High Performance Group, apart from back in the day I bought the H145. They saw a couple of videos that I'd done, and they very kindly gave me a copy of the Action Pack expansion, so that I could use that in videos. So, but apart from that, I don't have any discounts to give out or anything like that, I'm afraid. My apologies. And hello to everyone else. Hello Chinook. Hello Concept. I hope you're doing well. Actually, hearing those rotors, this is a good time to say two things. First of all, if you're unable to hear me, please give me a shout, and I can change the sound mix in the stream. And secondly, we are on the Western Europe server, so if you want to fly along, then you are more than welcome to come along and fly with me. I've no idea where we're going to go. I'm going to set the range so it keeps us within London, but I don't know what emergencies we're going to have to attend, and I don't know where we're going to have to fly to. So it's kind of a magical mystery tour for you as well. So yes, so I think I've brought you up to speed, apart from one important thing. So if you use the Random and Anywhere mod, you may have noticed that there have been a lot of issues recently where you try and start the mission and it comes up with a lot of red writing saying that there's an error, and that it hasn't been able to load things in, and you think, wow, it's all gone. I nearly said something else then. I managed to stop myself. It's all gone wrong. So a lot of the reason for that, or one of the biggest reasons for that anyway, is that Random and Anywhere uses a OpenStreetMaps. I'm not a technical person, so I'm trying to think how I can explain this for me more than anything. It uses an OpenStreetMaps data search service where, so that it knows, so that it can look at a map, it can look at map data, and it can say, right, that's a road, we can put in a road traffic accident there, that's a football pitch, that's where we can have mountain rescue meters so that we can come and collect them. It's incredibly clever, but it's incredibly complex. And the big problem at the moment, is that all the public services that are available, that are being used in Random and Anywhere, Random and Everywhere, depending on which page you look at, they are all getting absolutely hammered, because it's not just Random and Anywhere that's going to this data source. It's a whole load of other things as well. It's getting overloaded, and also to a certain extent, if the services feel that they're getting bombarded from a certain area, there's always a chance they might lock down to that particular request. So what's happened is that the fantastic people, and I should say CICERS, who is one of the guys that works with the Random and Anywhere mod, he's the guy that produced the voice pack, has come up with a brilliant OSM service. It's a private server just for people that use the Random and Anywhere mod. There is a small cost involved in it, because there's a cost to run it. You're looking at €1 a month. As a minimum. You can offer more if you want, just to help support the project, but it's €1 a month, and it means that it's a private server holding the OpenStreetMaps data, which means you get a much faster and more reliable service. And that is it, really. It's a nutshell. At the moment, it only covers Europe. Because the amount of data involved, CICERS has got some work to do in terms of how he hosts the whole world, but at the moment it is covering Europe. So that's just something to bear in mind, and I'm just going to quickly check that I haven't forgotten everything else, because there's a lot to I hate this phrase, unpack here, because there's a lot involved in it. This isn't one of those simple things where you buy an add-on, you whack it in your community folder and everything works. It's a complex mod, which is what makes it so interesting, because it enables to do all these different things. So sometimes it needs a bit of work to get things up and running, but I love it to bits. It's highly addictive, and yeah, what can I say? So I'm just quickly checking. I don't think I've forgotten anything else. I would say there are some links down below. There are only limited places. There's only limited API keys available. So there's a link down below, status CICERS EU. If you want to check that, whenever you're watching this, if you're watching this on repeat, blimey, that's an old phrase, isn't it? If you're watching the recorded, uploaded version, then have a look at that, and you'll see if there are any spare keys. And CICERS will be, as and when he can, adding keys to it. But this is a small private server. It's not like a massive corporate server with unlimited spaces on it. Okay, I think that is it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to tell you. I'm just double checking, because it's quite important that I give you all the facts. The biggest fact I can give you, or actually it's not really a fact, it's a piece of advice, is to go to the links down below. Go to the Random and Anywhere Discord, which you've got to join to be able to access all this. Go there and read it. Read the instructions. Please don't come to my Discord. I mean, come to my Discord, by all means. Link to it down below. And actually, while I'm here, let's just pop a link in the chat as well, seeing as I can do it, because I'm sitting on the ground and not flying. Make sure you go to the Random and Anywhere Discord, Random and Everywhere Discord it's actually called, and look at the relevant sections. Make sure you read everything. Make sure you understand what it is that you're doing. It's not difficult, but there's you've got to read through it. You've got to follow the process correctly, follow the instructions so that everything works. Brilliant. Okay, well, I think we're there. I think that kind of explains it. So the purpose of today's flight is we are doing two things. One, we're testing a soon-to-be released update for the mod, which has got a couple of different features in it. And it's also been designed specifically to use with the Kickers OSM. You can still use the Kickers OSM if you've got the current release. That's not a problem. It's just that the new release is going to have a couple of bits that are more... if you've got the Kickers OSM, it's kind of more in tune with that. So we're having a look at that, and also we are flying the Kickers OSM. Okay, any questions? Whew, right, okay, let me just get us back into the calm of the pilot's chair. There we go. There we go. You can see a few people joining us. How wonderful it is. It makes me proud to see all these helicopters arriving. Of course, the other thing is flying in London. Lord knows what this is going to do to the old FPS. This could be really interesting. I tend to find that flying in London, which is something I do very rarely, is that 1 minute smooth and then for a short period suddenly it turns into a PowerPoint presentation while it's loading things in, which in helicopters isn't great. But anyway. Okay, so let me dial in to, I need to concentrate, instead of waffling mode, I need to dial into helicopter mode. So let's just do a quick physical check. Yep, everything's working. It was doing some funny things earlier on my sim. Nothing to do with the mod, more to do with funny control issues, but I think it's okay now. Fingers crossed. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is get the, before I've powered up the helicopter, I'm going to get the mod running. By the way, if you're having issues with your maps, if you're getting those big square things saying that you don't have access or whatever it is, I can't remember the wording, that's nothing to do with the mission OSM, that's to do with the maps OSM. And if you select topograph, which we may well have to do, so you'll see what I'm talking about, if we select topograph, then you won't have those issues. Okay. Something I have noticed since update 5, you get quite a lot of heat haze, don't you? I just noticed that 500 is putting out some heat out the back, and you can see things wobbling around a bit. I'm not too sure. I kind of feel that maybe they've overdone it a bit, Older Sobo, with that. I don't know what you think. You can see Buckingham Palace is wobbling a bit behind the 500. I'd be interested to see what you think, but yeah, I do feel that's a little bit overblown. Okay, right. I quickly saw a question, so I'll answer it. Dom, where's your favourite place to fly these missions? I usually fly these missions. So this helicopter X-Ray Zulu 588 was the Sea King and was based at Orioff Lossiemouth, and that's where I normally fly from. So I normally fly around the mountains and the highlands and do search and rescue and all that sort of thing. But today I thought we'd come to London. We did a night flight from London a few weeks ago, which was quite cool. So I'm interested to do a daylight flight over London and also chuck in some HEMS as well. So yeah, that should be quite interesting. But yeah, generally it's around the Highlands. Okay, right. So I'm just going to quickly, there we go. Let's freeze the head tracking. Let's get the mission loaded up. So this is our test build. Interesting. Okay, so we've got an error message. This sometimes happens, but this is a different one. I'm just going to ignore that for the time being. Sometimes with these error messages, it's just something in the particular flow, and if you just ignore it, then it's not going to hurt. Right, let's bring that down. I'm going to bring that down a little bit there. Okay, and that's okay. Happy with that. Happy with that. That's our ground crew, Frank. He's come all the way down from Lossie. Bless his heart. We didn't fly him. He had to get the train. Use location I'm going to leave as it is, and we will go single player. Right, now I can unlock. There we go. We can unlock that, and we can power up the helicopter. Get some lights on. Quick look down here. We're not going to be using the GTN-XI, but we'll have...
Good morning all. Ready for the missions?
Right, where are they coming from?
Hey Frank, good morning.
There's Frank. Where's the crew?
Good morning, Frank.
They're coming from the fountain. What have you boys been doing over there? Hey, come on. Get your asses in. Okay, so that's the crew joining us. We need to turn on the mission radio now. This is what connects us to the rescue centre or the air ambulance base or whatever you want to call it.
Ready to fly. Logbook filled and signed. Fuel tanks are almost full. If you need refueling, please ask.
Just waiting for this to connect. The mod simulates time.
Frank.
Things don't necessarily happen instantly. There we go. Push call to connect. Just like in the real world, things don't happen straight away. So at the moment we are connecting. There we go. We're connected, and it's simulating us now. We're waiting in our ready room, our crew room, and we're waiting for the phone to ring to say we've got a job for you. So that's where we're at the moment. You can see no dispatch received. That's because waiting for the phone to ring. Simple as that. But otherwise everything's looking okay. Power up test is good. We can acknowledge that. There we go. What have we got? Lost all contact with a general aviation airplane after a mayday. Has been the ELT has been activated. Actual known position is the last position before contact lost. ELT signal on 121.5 detected. It may be used in conjunction with direct finding to use the survivors. Okay, that's cool. That's an interesting one. I got to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to get that over London. So we'll just wait for that to come through. We can start the helicopter now. So last time I did engine 1 first. We're going to go
Preparing for engine, starting sequence 2-1.
2-1.
Cabin preparation completed.
That was the ELT going off. In your own time.
Area clear. Ready to start engine 2.
Okay. Should have quickly checked the battery before we did that. Battery's good. Actually, let's leave the numbers on. Okay, so we've got N1 rising, TOT rising, and we have got oil pressure.
GPU disconnected. Ready to go. Good day.
There's GPU going. Thank you, Frank. All right, fella. Well done. Good lad.
Engine started successfully. Moving
Okay,
to other
good
engine.
start on engine 2. Let's have a quick look over there. At least one injured, waiting for information. Blah, blah, blah. Symptoms, burns.
Engine
Okay.
clear.
This information here updates as we go on as well. This isn't a case of fly to point A and pretend something's happened. The situation is changing as we go on. So we've got TOT rising, M1 rising, oil pressure is rising on engine 1.
All engines started successfully.
Great stuff. Okay, so we can now just up here, transfer pumps on, prime pumps off.
Hold on. Performing leak checks.
Alright, sunshine, I'm just flicking a few switches, calm down. There we go, and that's all good. Honestly, the co-pilot sometimes forgets his place in this aircraft. Right, that's all good. Happy with that. We can acknowledge that. We've got no warnings here apart from bus tie open. This doesn't happen very often, but when it does, we just give it a quick. There we go. And that's gone.
Okay, all good.
Okay, happy with that. We can bring in all the
TOS system test okay.
all the systems. We've got just the amber there saying engines are idle, which is fine. That's where we want them to be. Happy with everything else. Is there anything else I want to do? I don't think so at the moment. I'm going to leave those as they are. Let's get the old mappage, give him something to look at. Okay. Happy with those. All good. Okay, and I am having a mental block. It's been so long since I've set 121 on the DF that I've actually DF. Oh, it's already set up. Cool. Okay, I was going to say. Right, everyone ready? Let's go. Let's have engines to flight. Quick look around here. Search and rescue received positions last known. We know that ELT signal on 121.5. That's fine. We've got that set up. Lost all contact. Yeah, we know that. And waiting for information. We know that. Symptoms burns. We know that. Okay, so this is where we're going to be going. If I just wind, let me get the. Actually, no. We'll leave that up. We'll leave that up. So we're going over this way. It's going to be interesting to see how we're going to. Oh, that little bleep there was just to say we've got some information incoming. So we're going to be going. Oh, we're going to Wimbledon. So he's come down in Wimbledon Common. That's what I'm talking about with this OSM thing. So and this is why it's so damn clever. It gets me excited. So what's happened here is that it's looked at the map and it said, where would a light aircraft come down in London? Wimbledon Common. There you go. They've tried to make a forced landing there. It's so clever. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, so before we get going, let me just show you that again. I was a bit hasty there. So we've got a white line here and we've got no distance information here. I don't know if this just relates to the TDS GTNXI, but it's for some reason there's a couple of things you have to do first. First of all, I've got to go in here and against TDS Sim GTNXI I've got to select MSFS. If you've got the PMS, you might have that there with PMS, I don't know. But anyway, so I've got that selected, so that's all good. I go back to here and then I have to cycle the home button on my Garmin. Even though the Garmin isn't being used, for some reason that loads the route, not into the Garmin. It's nothing to do with the Garmin. It loads the route into the helicopter. So there we go. We've got 6 miles and we've got a blue line there. We've got no issues at all with warnings. We've got 2 good engines. Everyone happy in the back. There's the doctor looking cool with his shades. Doesn't matter what the weather, the doc is in his shades. Okay, quick look down. Wind, by the way, is I haven't shown you that, have I? I've gone through that. So we got 21 knots. Live weather is 21 knots from 5.3. This helicopter at the moment, because it's not been updated in a long time, it does funny things when the weather is strong. And I don't mean it's a very realistic simulation. I mean the coding is broken when the wind is heavy. So we might have to come out of live weather just in case it goes funny. Anyway, okay, everyone ready? Excellent. So cyclic trim release held on. You can see the TR on the top left of the tablet there if you're having problems flying this helicopter. I did a video recently talking about that. And let's lift.
Let's go.
Quick hover check, no warnings. So I'm going to rotate. And we're going to head off into wind first of all.
You will find an ambulance not far away from accident site. They are unable to reach the site.
There you go. So there's an ambulance there as well. And there really is an ambulance there. And it has driven from somewhere. If we were over there at the time, you'd actually see the ambulance driving.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead.
Good night, sweetheart. I can hear. I can see. Okay, so we're going to come back round now and we can come back on course. The detail over London is just insane. There we go. Okay. I can see there's a few questions in the chat that possibly relate to when we first started. For the people that missed the beginning, who are having problems with this mod, where you're getting all the red writing that's saying that it can't load things in or it can't connect or whatever, we're using the Kickers OSM mod. Sorry, the Kickers OSM service. It's a private server. I talked about it a bit at the beginning, but there's some information in the video description down below, and also if you go onto the random and everywhere. I'm getting distracted by the. There's a helicopter over there, and we've got a Huey. Yeah, on the random and anywhere, everywhere Discord. It's the Kickers OSM. You need to have a look at that. It's a private server, and basically it means that all the OpenStreetMaps data that is required for this mod is coming from a private server rather than coming from the public servers that are getting absolutely hammered at the moment, which is why you're finding it hard to start the mission. Now, I don't know if it's my imagination.
Destination for our patient. Info available on tablet.
Okay.
Confirm or change later.
Can you hear the voices okay, by the way? Let me know. RX, it depends. The time to receive a mission is kind of simulated so that it feels like you're waiting for the mission to arrive. But if you're using the Kickers OSM, it's a little bit faster because it gathers the data a lot quicker. So there we go. We've got some smoke going on down there. I would say that's a good indicator of where we are. I don't know if you can see on the tablet there. You can see that red circle. That's the search radius.
Let's execute the search plan and locate the survivors.
Well, because of the smoke there, I think it's pretty obvious where they've gone down. So we'll go and have a look. Oh, hello. Yeah, those tube liner boys, they love a bit of a fly around. There's Wimbledon over there, the tennis. I'm using the Orbex London landmark, so that might add a few extra bits and pieces. Great, thank you guys. Akratai, how are you, my friend? I hear the voices too. Okay, so we're right in the trees by the looks of it. Getting a little bit of FPS slowing there. But
500.
Not too bad. Right in the trees. This could well be a winch job with a canopy penetrator. There we go. We've got some flames down there.
I believe we found something. Check on tablet.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Yeah, this is going to be a winch job. So I'm just going to check the wind. Wind's behind us. So I'm just going to move over here. We are going to go into winch mode.
Rear crew, prepare for hoist operation.
Door and preparing for hoist operation. Hoist boom is here.
Okay, let's just get rid of the tablet. We can get a better...
We are too far. We are too high.
Now obviously what I don't want to do is barbecue my winchman. So we're going to try and get... By the way, I could land on the grass over there, but I fancy doing a bit of winching. Wasn't expecting to winch over London, but why not?
50 meters. We are reasonably close. Set hover is appropriate. We are too high. Position. Hold position.
So just sinking down a little bit.
Operator is getting low.
There he goes. Right, boy. Get your canopy penetrator out, mate. Otherwise it could be a bit painful. There's the crashed aircraft. What are we doing? Everything's good. Now I just remembered something, and hopefully this is going to work.
Disconnected. Hoist is running.
Hopefully this is going to work without breaking anything, so bear with me.
Hold position. He's getting low.
Hoist is running down.
There we go. I've just turned the volume up a little bit on the voices. Yeah, so we could have landed over there, but it's always good to have some winch practice.
Medic on ground. Disconnected. Hoist is running up.
Now you can see the helicopter's rising. That's because we've lost some weight, because we've lost the weight of the doctor and the paramedic. We were just in a little bit of a climb there, so I'm just going to adjust that down a little bit.
Hoist is clear. Hook is in. Hook boom is retracted. You are free to leave hover.
Okay. What should we do while we're waiting? I'm just going to pop the pop that open so I keep an eye on that. And while we're doing that, let's get the medical diagnostic page up. And then as our chaps reach the patient, then they will start doing some work on her. And we'll get more information. At the moment, all we know is 70 years female. Hello. Let's go and have a look at Wimbledon. Sorry Dom, just seeing your question. I've got a Virpil rotor TCS plus collective with a Hawk 60 grip. a Warthog grip on a 15 centimeter extension to a Verpil Warbird base, and I've got Thrustmaster TPR pedals. So I don't know if that question was at me or someone else. I just saw the question and answered it, because that's how it works, isn't it? So we're just waiting for the signal now from the doctor to say that they're ready for us to come back and winch up. Ah, there's a police car. Okay, so let me see if I can show you this. You know, I was talking about vehicles actually being present in the sim. It's simulating the vehicles, it's simulating them actually coming from their respective bases. And we've got a police car that I can see on the map, and he will be here in the sim if I can just find the right spot. I think he's about to turn onto that main road down. There he is. There he is. No, that wasn't him. Where is he? I've lost him. I wonder if he's... oh no, he's looking at the wrong place. He's going this way. Okay, see the messages come up down there. Ground operations complete. Get back to hoist position. That's my fault for spending too much time trying to find the police car. Okay, let's get our head back into pilot mode. So wind is behind us, so we'll do the same thing that we did when we came in. We'll come over here and then come back round. Put the anchors out a bit. There's our smoke. This is or has been a similar process at the start to like a classic search and rescue mount in the mission, rather, the kind of thing that I do in the Cairngorms, except the difference is with those we don't have the benefit of all this lovely smoke. You have to use your eyes to actually find the minuscule little casualty. But the good thing is the crew will help you. The crew on board the helicopter will actually find it, and normally, to be honest, they find them quicker than I do because I'm too busy flying the helicopter. Okay, I'm just going to kill that.
500.
Keeping well away from the fire.
We are too far. We are too high.
Anything else you want to say, Sunshine? So I'm just backing us up a little bit.
Hold position. Please stand by. Hoisting preparations are ongoing and will be completed shortly. 50 meters. Set hover conditions. Hold position. Height is good. Hoist 3 to helicopter.
So we've got the winch view. Just move it out a little bit so you can see our crew. Oh, hello. We lost a bit of. Just got one hand on the collective, just trying to keep that steady. You can see our guys walking down through the woods now with the stretcher.
Hoist 1 plus stretcher to helicopter. Opening door, preparing for hoist operations. Hoist boom extended.
There's the boom out.
Hoist is running down.
My head tracking is playing up a little bit because I'm actually looking down so that you can see it. But there we go.
Hoist on ground. Personnel is getting hooked. Hoist is running
What a
up.
lovely helicopter. So at the moment the helicopter is in, whoa, there goes the head tracking again. Helicopter is in autopilot hover mode. The only thing that I'm controlling is the collective at the moment. Just trying to keep us at a stable height above the ground. But I can use the cyclic beep trim on my cyclic to adjust our position in relation to the ground in small, tiny, I think it's 1 meter increments, something like that.
Hoist is up. Personnel is strapped in. Cabin secured, ready to fly. Hoist is running down.
Yeah, we're not ready yet. We've still got to get some more. That is very true, Goosen, but I'm not. I'm using my collective. I'm keeping.
Hoist on ground.
I'm
Personnel is getting hooked.
keeping manual control over it.
Hoist is running up.
Okay, let's get back into the. Hello. That's what sometimes happens if you change view. It can sometimes do some funny things, and I changed view and the helicopter started reacting, so let's just get us back.
Hoist is up. Personnel is strapped in. Hook is in. Hook boom is retracted. You are free to leave hover.
Okay, let's have a look here. We will accept the selection, so we're going to go to, where are we going to? Let's get the map out. So we're going to Tooting, power to the people. If you remember that, then, well, you'd have to be of a certain age to remember that, but we're going to St George's Hospital. So we can have a quick look. I'm not sure, what have we got in the way of helipads here? It might be a rooftop. I'm always a bit nervous about rooftop helipads because you never quite know if it actually exists in the sim. But we'll find out. Anyway, that's the autopilot off. I'm going to just lift above these guys so I don't bang into them. Okay, quick check of the winds, 22 knots. So we're not quite at the stage
2
where...
nautical miles from the hospital.
We're not quite at the stage where the helicopter starts behaving strangely, but it's getting there. I think it's when you get to about 30 knots, that's when it gets a bit iffy. Guy, how you doing? Rotajez, who's just joined. If you're at the start, you remember me waffling on about the real X-Ray Zulu 588, the Sea King. Sorry, just bear with me. Bear with me. Let's get the right. So many screens. There we go. There she is. That's the real thing. So Guy actually works for Historic Helicopters. He is one of the engineers there. He and his team are helping to keep those old girls up and running.
Destination in sight. Medical crew is waiting on landing spot.
There's wonderful London. Right. Oh, look, we got a rooftop, and it looks like it exists, and it looks like it's solid. Right, where's the wind? Wind's coming from over there. Let's kill the tabletto. We don't need that. Yeah, that looks nice and solid. Okay. A little bit of stuttering going on. So we're just going to come back round and then we can do an approach into wind, as is tradition. A little bit overly cautious because of the wind, because it's doing funny things, and it quite often does funny things over a helipad, so we'll see if suddenly we get shot up or something.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
Okay, we're down. Let's have engines to idle. There we go. So, engines to idle now, and our crew will unload. Look at that. Always good to have a backup
Helicopter in
Chinook.
position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
Shout out to the people that have joined. There we go. Get those names up. Hey, Great Wildcat, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. And Heli Fly, good to see you too. Sorry, I was concentrating so much I haven't really caught up on the chat. How rude of me. So there we go. There's our guy getting the patient out. Because of the funny things with rooftops, you can see He's magically fallen through the rooftop. This is the Royal Air Force. We can do amazing things. Then down below we have the hospital crew. He's going to do a handover to them. Get back on that stretcher and stop moaning. There we go. That's it. And off they go. So, what happens now is the doctor will go off and he will do he'll do a handover.
Patient has been deported to the hospital and is safe.
He'll do a handover with the A&E. Goodness gracious, the police just suddenly appeared. He'll do a handover with the doctor, the duty doctor in the A&E, and say, you know, this is what we found. These are their vital signs. These are the drugs we administered. These were the snacks that the pilot had hidden under his seat, and all that kind of good stuff. And then everyone is happy, and they are good to go. And it simulates the time it takes to do that. Literally. So at this point, if I wasn't streaming, you can just see on there, you can see on the moving map, you can see our that's our crew going off into the hospital to do the paperwork. I would now be going downstairs, making a cup of tea, doing the heroic pilot thing. Actually, I'd be walking around the canteen in the hospital with my flying suit, with my Royal Air Force wings, looking resplendent, while people think, look at that show off. What an idiot. What an absolute plonker. There's people actually here saving lives, and he's walking around posing in his sunglasses. Anyway, but because we're streaming, I'm not going to make you sit through waiting for them to do the paperwork. So we have this wonderful skip paperwork button, and if I press that, our chaps will magically appear and get back into the helicopter, and we can do another mission. What's the time? Yeah, we got time to do another mission. Why not? Why the hell not? We're okay for fuel. Engines are all running nicely, so happy with those. That's interesting. Vector map seemed to be working okay without the error messages.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to receive a new dispatch. Let me just get the head tracking off. There we go, and then I can click on things. Back to dispatch screen. Ooh, there we go. Snowboarder misjudged a turn. Let's just read that again. A snowboarder misjudged a turn. Now listen, before you laugh and you say, oh, you're in London. It could be a ski centre. I don't know. I've never had this happen before, but by God, I'm willing to take it. So we've accepted the mission. I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of that. That's interesting. There we go. Just as we are doing a little bit of testing.
Strapping down the equipment. Stand by for confirmation.
I can talk to the chaps later. Bear with.
Due to impervious conditions of the accident site, we should evaluate to call on board expert heli-rescuers. Use the tablet to decide if we continue alone or if we take the heli-rescuers on board.
So, what that is saying is, do we want to take mountain rescue? I am inclined to say yes. Because why not? Why not pick up mountain rescue in the centre of London? Guy, I've just seen what you put in there. Okay, so we've said yes to mountain rescue. At least one injured. Snowboarder misjudged a turn, then fell and landed on his back. Initially unconscious, that's not good. Waiting for information about vehicles, other rescue services, and symptoms. Initially unconscious, but obviously he is up and running now. 19.5 nautical miles away. The first job that we've got to do is to go and collect our... let's have topograph. I don't want it to go wrong. First thing we're going to do is go and get our... Listen, will you There we go. Thank you. Where are we going? We are going all the way over here. Oh wow. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Near Aldershot. So we're flying out of London. I really am. That's definitely not a mountain that you'd snowboard down. Interesting. So that's where we're going to pick up our. That's where we're going to pick up the mountain rescue, and then our snowboarder is actually at this college in Guildford. Listen, you know, these college kids, they get up to all sorts. You don't know what he's done. Maybe he's built a, maybe he's built an artificial ski slope. Fibro, yes, Frank was there. Guy, see, this is what I like about you, Sunshine. You've got that kind of analytical engineer brain. And you work, well, yeah, I won't say where you work or what you do, apart from historic helicopters, but you obviously know how to think straight, and that is thinking straight. I like it. Okay, engine's looking good. Wind is up ahead of us, so we can take off straight into wind. Obstacles are chimney over there, other helicopters. So I'm just going to wait for Mako to see what he's going to do. Is he going to stay there? If he's going to stay there, he looks like he's hovering there, so I'm going to lift and then we'll do a quick hover check and then I'll fly above him. So quick hover check, no warnings, no issues. Let's get the nose down and pull some pitch. Going to fly over the top of them. Oh, hello to Falconer in the MH60 there. Nice helicopter, isn't it? Okay, picking up speed nicely. Approaching VY, I'm just going to come round now.
VY.
Great. I haven't got, well, there's a couple of new voice things going on, but I'm just testing a Kekis has got a kind of an additional little app thing for the voices that I'm doing some testing on as well, so that's probably why the voices are a little bit different. You can adjust the volume and it just tweaks them a little bit, makes them slightly better quality. So we're just flying over Wimbledon now. Okay, on course. Let's couple. So we're flying the route, and then I can be a little bit more attentive to you chaps in the chat while we're on autopilot. How are you doing, Sunshine? Are you all right? Look at that! Look at that! The pride. How are we doing in the back? Doc, what's happening? Winchman, how's Strix? Actually, he is an advanced paramedic. I shouldn't call him Winchman. Everyone's happy. That's what we like to see. Oh, a little bit of FPS stuttering there, but to be honest, considering I'm on ridiculously high settings, and this is London, the FPS ain't bad, is it? And I love the detail. Looks like we're going over a little retail park, and you can actually see, okay, yeah, there you go, B&Q. It's actually got the signs on. Amazing. Engines are looking good. Because we're flying such short distances, I'm just leaving the VMS page up rather than putting the nav page up. We've got enough information on the tablet, and it's quite good to be able to keep an eye on the engines. That's the Kingston bypass over there. Oh, I love that Huey. Muzz, how you doing, mate? I just saw your name there. A little bit of stuttering, but not too bad. I mean, just look at the detail on those houses. My lord, it's insane. My first helicopter flight sim was something called Tomahawk on the ZX Spectrum. If you, when you've watched this, or if you've got a spare screen, just Google Tomahawk ZX Spectrum, and you'll see when I was a kid, that's what I was getting my helicopter flying kicks on. So for me now as a grizzled old man, not quite, to see like houses like that and gardens and trees and cars and all that stuff, it's just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Where are we? 6 minutes out. I'm just going to lock on the head tracking and have a slug of tea. Actually, I'm not convinced. I have a feeling. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that's the... I think that's where we're doing the rescue, and that's where our mountain rescue guy is. So I'm just going to... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off. I'm going to uncouple or decouple. I'm going to get us back onto heading mode. And then you can see we've got the little green carrot here, and I'm just using my cyclic beat trim hat to just adjust our heading so that we're flying towards mountain rescue. And I just want to make sure I am getting that right. Let's use this map here. I wonder if we're picking up from... I do sometimes get a little bit confused. Okay. We'll soon find out. So we've got 2 injured, 60 years old male, 19 years old male, responsive after snowboarder misjudged a turn and then fell and landed on his back. Initially unconscious, blah blah blah, so that's not really changed. Oh, don't you dare. There we go. We had a bit of a pause there. So we'll come in. I'm going to head for that human figure first. I'm not convinced. That could well be our casualty, actually. I think I'm having a brain... Look at that. Who's that? Captain Faster, hello to you. Just pulling a loop. Pick you up a desktop from B&Q. Sorry, I was a bit late seeing that. So we're just coming up to Guildford. I get a little bit of PTSD flying over Guildford. I do have to come here from time to time on shopping expeditions. It's a lovely place. It's got a
We will be first on scene.
It's got a Five Guys, which is always a good thing. And always a good thing. Oh, hello, back up Chinook. Quite close formation there. Okay. Silly Cat, has anyone ever told you you sound like Brian May? I've no idea. Brian May. Well, as in the Queen guitarist? No, I've never heard that. If it's the Queen guitarist, I've never heard that. Okay, so...
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Infos are available on tablet. We can confirm or change later.
See what we've got. Okay, so start concentrating, Roberto. Let's have the autopilot off. Taking manual control. Got the trim release on as I'm moving the stick around. And I have a feeling this is actually going to be our casualty. Because the other, where it's actually telling us to fly to, on the map there, looks like a football pitch, which is usually where we would go and collect mountain rescue from, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, Silly Cat, I'm going to have to check out some old YouTube videos then, because I have never heard that before. Certainly don't have the same hair as him. Welcome to sunny Guildford.
Two nautical miles from pickup location.
I think this is going to be the casualty, because he's saying pickup location, so that's mountain rescue. In the early days, I seem to remember you had to ignore where it was telling you to fly to, and you had to go and get the you had to go and get mountain rescue, whereas now I think it actually tells you. Good God, that is a artificial ski slope. Look at it. It's an artificial ski slope. Holy moly. Wow, this thing is clever. This thing is clever. There you go. There you go. That's how damn clever this thing is. I am grinning from ear to ear. There was me initially thinking, oops, potentially a bit of a glitch there, but my God. I'm actually a little bit blown away by that, if I'm honest.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Okay, so we're going to come and get the mountain rescue. And I'm so blown away by what happened, I'm actually forgetting myself. So, come on, get back in the zone, concentrate. Where's the old... There they are, there's mountain rescue. See, it's so clever. I mean, we don't need mountain rescue to go to an artificial ski slope. But you can see the logic. It has seen a ski slope, an artificial ski slope, so it said, oh, okay, we've got an injured snowboarder, and it's plotted where it is. It's generated a mission. It's given us a mountain rescue because there's obviously a logic link between skiing and mountain rescue, which is absolutely fine. It's all good practice. So damn clever. Let's just get rid of the get rid of that. Keep an eye on the engines. Just come over the trees. A little bit of brown out, not too much. And we're down. Okay, let's have engines to idle so our mountain rescue chap can jump in.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
Someone is about to very rudely run down mountain rescue. That's just not how we do it in the Royal Air Force, I'm sorry. Guy, we had a bit of a light-hearted chuckle at the other place of work that some of you might enjoy. The aircrew of my aircraft went out to the line, began their pre-flight checks, pilots started removing
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are
missions
clear
to
to
the
start
aircraft, which is
operations.
great. So it was the wrong aircraft. AC must have been quite... Oh dear. Oh dear, that's a bit embarrassing. For the pilot, I mean. Let's have a quick look over here.
Crew boarded. Cabin ready to go.
2 nautical miles from accident area.
There we go. So we've taken on mountain rescue. He's now sitting in the seats. Quick look around. Doors are closed. Obstacles are trees, but nothing too bad. We are almost pointing into wind. Wind is 60 knots, so I'm going to lift, and we'll head off into wind and go and rescue our skier. So engines to flight. Okay, all good. Just now waiting for this here rotating fork, technical term, to get to 101. There we go. That's so good. Okay. Happy, happy, happy. Mountain rescue fella saying, "Oh my lord, we're in West London. Where's my mountain gone?" Don't worry, chap. If the mountain won't come to you, you will come to the mountain, or something like that. Right, let's get the what phrase did I just absolutely murder there?
VTOS.
Actually, we're not in West London, are we? We're in Surrey now, Guildford. We're out of London.
VY.
I wonder what hospital it'll give us. I wonder if it'll give us Guildford. Okay, just watching the power bars there so that we don't overdo it. We're 1 minute out. Very close.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Start coming back on the speed. Wind is coming from that direction, so I'm just going to slide us over here a little bit. Just going to bring us over here, and then we can have a better look with the wind in a more favourable direction. So there is our artificial ski slope. So we've got a nice flat field perhaps, or a car park. I'm guessing it's a field, so we're going to come down there. Just next to the, or to the right of those trees. Oh, now is not the time for the head tracking to start picking up UV glitches in my room. Trying to save lives here. Will the sun please go back behind the clouds? That's the sun back behind the clouds, please. Thank you. Oh no. That sudden glitching you're seeing is because the... Okay, let's land. Just going to slide us over here a little bit. The sun has come out, and I've got a blackout blind up, but there's a tiny sliver of bright sunlight coming through around the side of it, which causes the head tracking just to have a bit of a wobble. Okay, engines to idle. Let's have a look. Sometimes the doc will tell you how long he thinks he's going to be.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
So I'm just going to leave that there, and then we can see how long the doc thinks he's going to be. If he comes back with, you know, it's going to be a while, then we'll close the aircraft down. But there's our... let me just get my head tracking page up. Okay, see how that works for us. Let's jump outside actually. Backup Chinook doing its thing. There we go. Lads, it's not a good idea to go snowboarding in Surrey in the spring. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's an artificial ski slope. I love the fact that this is an artificial ski slope. Such a clever little app. Okay, what have we got? Wrong button. Let's just lock off the head tracking. Go back in. So as they do some work on the patient and they learn more, you'll see the information here will start to update. But at the moment we've got an unknown name, skier fell while skiing and was injured, status on medical arrival unknown because they haven't done a full assessment yet. Patient assigned emergency code 2, immediate risk of serious injury, no kidding, and they've got a life score of 59 at this stage. And this all changes. It all changes while we're in flight, it changes as they're on the ground being worked on. So like I said at the beginning, this isn't just a case of fly from point A to point B and...
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
You know, you suddenly have a miracle happen. It is clever stuff.
Time for ground operations, please. Stand by.
There you go. So interestingly there, the crew took a little bit longer to get out. I've just realised why. Over here is Mountain Rescue. What Mountain Rescue will always do, as they are the expert, is that they will get out first. They'll survey the ground, they'll check it's safe, they'll secure the area, and then, and only then, will our guys go in and they will do their bit. So that's why there was a bit of a delay there. So the doctor has said that we may be some time. Let's have a look. Back to dispatch screen. Estimated ground operation time 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I'm not going to close the engines down. There's no point. We will keep those up and running. Quick check over here. Fuel's good. Engine's good. All is fantastic. Let's have a quick jump outside again. Binky, how you doing? Good to see you. So this is our chaps now working on the patient. Stop moaning, lad. You're being rescued by the Air Force. Be happy. Right, let's have a look at the medical diagnostic page because you will see. So we got a bit more information. Have we got a bit more information? No, we haven't, not yet. I'm just going to leave that up and open so we can see when that changes. They're all bending over him. Saying, oh, did you bring the magic sponge, George? No, I didn't. Who's got the magic sponge? There he is. Mountain Rescue. Mountain Rescue, have you got the magic sponge? He's looking a bit guilty. Have you got the magic sponge? He's having nothing to do with it. There you go. So, like I was saying before, it simulates time. There is no quick, although we could, if we wanted to, we could quickly press a button and things would happen quickly, but it's simulating the fact that our guys are working on the patient. You see, we've got some information has come up now. Dave Alvarez. So we've got a name. Diagnosis: suspected concussion, suspected lumbar spine fracture, because our guys have had a look at him now. They've had a chance to examine him. He's responsive, which is good. We've now got a heart rate, and we've also got an oxygen saturation level, so that's good as well. A little bit more information. We seem to have a... oh, look at that. Everyone's getting out of their helicopters and having to walk around. It's a lovely day. Look at this. This is so cool. Fucking mini helicopter flying. They came here for a spot of skiing, and little did they know that when he fell over, this armada of helicopters was going to appear from the sky and come and rescue him. While we're on the ground, have a quick roll call. Good to see so many people out. By the way, over the next couple of weeks I've got an opportunity to do a little bit more streaming, so there's probably going to be some more of this sort of thing going on, and some videos and bits and pieces. So if you missed this one and you fancy flying along, just keep an eye on the Discord, because you never know. But hello to everybody. It is wonderful to see you. Always great flying with other helicopters. Okay, let's keep an eye on things. You see the helicopter jumping around a bit there. It's got this weird thing. If you're on like a drone view and you move away from the helicopter, when you come back it does funny stuff. Right, where are you going? Excuse me. Co-pilot is going to take the stretcher, I think. Plussy, you can't get it to turn on. What happens? You're just getting blank screens. You're getting black screens and a black tablet. Everything's dead. Love those two. That's the Huey and the 500 there. I love those helicopters. They are wonderful. For good old seat of the pants. If you're interested in learning to fly helicopters, by the way, they're both very good for that. Oh, hello. Guys turned up in the links. I can just see that over there. Okay, Plasty, that doesn't sound good. Sounds like you might need to do a reinstall and make sure you've got build 500. I know you know how this stuff works, so but yeah, that you should be seeing all that. You should be at least be able to open the tablet. Okay, quick check down here. We're going to Frimley Park Hospital. Frimley Park, that's interesting. Frimley Park Hospital I kind of know. From real life, I should say, not from the sim. I've never flown there in the sim. Let's have a look. See what we've got in the way of a landing pad.
Patient on board. Take care.
Okay, this could be interesting. Okay, patient is on. Let's have a look. Come on, everybody, jump on.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
Okay, engines to flight. Quick check of the numbers. Numbers looking good, engines are fine. RPM coming up. Yeah, must very true. 1 HEMS and a fleet of air mobile injury lawyers. I love it. Okay, we've got a door open warning. Who has left their door open? You've left your door open, mate. Do you want to close it? Yeah, you've left your door open. I'll do everything for you. There we go. Interesting, I've never had that happen before. There we go. So, door is closed, engine's looking good. We've got no warnings on the panel, and we're good to go. Okay, wind is from over there. Obstacles are a few helicopters, nothing to worry about. Some trees there and a building there. So I'm going to lift and we'll head over that way into wind. Okay, cyclic trim release held on. Quick hover check. All good. Not going to mess around. Oh, hello. Thank you, Buzz. That was well avoided.
VTOS.
Into wind. Cue the theme music.
VY.
Just seen Oscar Mike's message. Good God, Ed Miliband's up here as well. This has suddenly taken a very political turn. So, off to Frimley Park. Problem with it's very clever in the mod that the mod can see see hospitals, but you never quite know what a Sobo is going to throw at you in terms of scenery. So, for example, sometimes you can fly into a hospital helipad that's clearly marked on the map, and the mod has very cleverly found it. But then you find to your horror that the Sobo Autogen has planted a dirty great shed on top of it. So you have to try and land as close as you can to the helipad so that the mission will complete. A famous one for that is Paphos in Cyprus. We've been there a few times, and yeah, that's always a bit dodgy. I think it's Paphos. Yeah, I'm sure it's Paphos. You end up having to land in the car park as close as you can get to the building. Wish for the best. Okay, 2 minutes out. Ah, thank you, Oscar Mike. Much appreciated. So I said a little bit before, because we're flying such short legs, I'm going to keep the VMS page up in the middle so we can keep an eye on the engines. If we were doing anything longer, I'd probably have the NavD page up. As you can see, we are in Army territory now, so we're flying over Ash Ranges. If there is any incoming, well, just put your head between your legs and pray. That's my advice. minute out.
Two nautical miles from the hospital.
Coming over Deep Cut, famous army barracks. It's quite interesting. This is my neck of the woods in the general area that we're flying in, so it's interesting to interesting that we've ended up this way. What just caught my eye? Is that a helicopter on the ground over there? Okay. Wind 21 knots. I just noticed the helicopter's just displaying a little bit of odd behaviour, and I wondered if maybe the wind had
Rear
picked up
crew,
a bit.
we are approaching the landing site.
But that's not too bad. Okay, let's do a recce of this this helipad. Now, that to me looks like one of those ones where you think it's solid until you land on it, and then you very gracefully sink down through it, and the immersion is broken. So we're going to have a look. Where is the wind? And I'm not talking about the co-pilot. Okay, there we go. We're just going to come back round here. So looking at the Chinook there, the Chinook looks like it's landed on that roof. So I'm kind of hoping that our helipad is going to be fairly rigid. We have Binky just hovering above there. I think that's fairly solid, isn't it? Let's go and have a look. So we'll close the tablet so we've got better viz, and let's commence our approach. Yeah, that's fairly solid. Everyone seems to be landing on it, although at funny angles, so I'm not entirely sure. Be a little bit cautious with this one.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
Hold on to your hats, boys. Come on. Have the courage to lower the collective. I think this is going to be solid. Yeah, that's solid. Okay, engines to idle. There we go. So, same drill as before. The once the
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
there we go. The RPM has dropped to a safe enough level that the guys can get out now. Open up the back. Take the passenger. Take the patient. Good God. Take the patient out. Hand him over to the hospital crew, and then they'll go in and they'll do the paperwork, which we will skip, and tea and medals all round. Simple as that. The lovely sound of all those helicopters. Now this is interesting. Why is it interesting, I hear you say? Because the fella hasn't got out. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, I know what's happening. I know what's happening.
Patient has been deported to the hospital, and
The crew, you saw a ghost take the stretcher out. It's because the crew are, whereas we've landed on the roof, the crew are dropping through the. There they go. Our crew are on the ground there. And there's Fibro. Fibro fell through as well. Looking very very snappy there, Fibro, in your red flying suit, I have to say. Very smart. Okay, let's jump back into the cockpit. Now we have got we've still got the mountain rescue guy on board, and what we should really do is go back to the meeting point to drop him off, which would be the polite thing to do, but we're not going to do that because he can damn well get a taxi, because we've got tea and medals to get. So I'm going to skip paperwork. Yeah, I hate to say it, Grey Wildcat, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen now with all the
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
with the issues going on at Hype. I don't think we're going to see that. Right, so we're going to return to home base. I'm going to select a base from the map. So I'm going to. We will go to. Come on. We're going to go to Farnborough. So let's have a wee look. I'll just plonk it there and hope that that gives us a good location. There we go. So we go. Yeah, like I said, we're going back to. We're going to pretend that our base is Farnborough. Normally it would be Lossy. I'm going to say that we are unavailable for dispatch, because although we've told the mission, although we've told the rescue centre rather that we are going back to base, unless you select unavailable for dispatch, they will keep chucking missions at you. There is no rest for the wicked. Okay, let's have engines to flight. Let's have the head tracking back on, watching the engines. Coming up nicely. What I will do actually, we'll pop Farnborough in on the co-pilot's GTN. There we go. Okay, there we go. We've got 101 with the magic fork, and we're good to go. Okay, so where is wind is up ahead. So is the Chinook, so is the H60, the MH60. So I'm going to, okay, we've got some going on over there. So I'm going to lift, I'm just going to come to the right of the Chinook and the MH60, and we'll head off that way and hopefully not bang into anything, because the airspace is very busy today. Slide over here a bit. Nose down, pull some pitch. No, I'm not using Toby. I've tried it, I just couldn't get on with it with my setup, so I'm using a Grass Monkey King Puck, which is good old school. Got something attached to my headset and it works really well. I used Track IR for years and then mine broke, so I got this. And then when Toby came out and everyone was saying, it's a game changer, I went out and got it and just couldn't get on with it. I just didn't feel I was getting the same head tracking precision as I got from the Grass Monkey setup, the old school head tracker. So yeah, so I sold it on eBay. I don't mind having a thing strapped to my headset with funny things sticking out of it. So there's Farnborough over there.
2 nautical miles from our base.
There's a Costa drive-through next to Farnborough, so if anyone wants a coffee, we can quickly jump out and grab one. But yeah, I will be ending the flight here though. We're going to land on at Farnborough and then I will call it a day, and you can carry on with your Sunday. I've taken up enough of your time as it is. It's wonderful to see so many people have joined us today, watching and also flying. So coming in over Farnborough, the wind is behind us. Actually, I just realised, because I am on multiplayer, I don't want to ruin someone else's flight, so I've got the labels up. I can't see anyone down there. But I'm just going to try and stay a little bit out to the runway. There's certainly nothing on approach to the runway, because we're not seeing any labels. Yes, Grey Wildcat, yeah, this is the Burning Blue Design Farnborough that I'm using. I think I can just hear the whine of the lynx. See Guy in the lynx there. It's got a very distinctive sound, and I think I can just hear it. Oh, hello. Yes, there's no one moving around, which is jolly good.
500.
Yeah, it's nicely detailed scenery, this. So we'll go and see Sarah. Sarah is our ground crew that we always have at the destination, and if you've damaged the helicopter at all, this is where your pilot avatar will get out of the helicopter and fess up to engineering, because as Guy knows, pilots will always fess up to engineering when they've broken the heli-whopper. It's the polite thing to do. Not visual with Sarah yet. So we've got a limo over there. That's Sarah. Yeah, I think that's Sarah. I can tell by the commanding stance. She's ready with her clipboard to bash you over the head if you've done anything silly with her helicopter. The wind 22 knots, not too gusty though, which is good. Okay, Sarah, here we come. Let's kill the... Oh, that was interesting. Suddenly helicopter decided it had a burst of power. She's facing the wrong way. So I am going to just bring us over this way a bit, just in case. I don't want to. I don't want the mission to fail because we're not in the exact right spot. And we're down. Okay, let's have engines to idle first of all. Here comes Sarah, getting ready with the clipboard.
Mission accomplished. Well done.
Here she comes, plug in the GPU. Okay, let's have transfer pumps off, strobe off, leave these lights on for the time being. We can have the LAVCS off and the pitot heat off. DC reception in the back because the lads don't need to plug in their iPads or whatever they're doing. You're meant to be working, fellas. Okay, just watching everything wind down. Ah, that's interesting. Oh yeah, that's why. There we go. I've changed my controllers. I've got a Virpil panel. Hello. Matty, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated, sir. Yeah, I've got a Virpil control panel and I've got the, if you know it, the switches top left where you've got the red cover. I've got those set up for engines and I just remembered that I've changed the config. So
Landed, crew deboard authorized.
Right, chaps, off you get the kettle on.
Hey, my perfect crew. Hi, guys.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
That's always a good sign. If she's in a good mood, you know that you're not in trouble. Okay, so we can now close down. We've done that. We'll have avionics off. Those off. That's so good. And we can have battery off. And now I open my door. And here we go. Just looking down it. There we go. I've got out. There we go. Here's the moment of truth. I'm just going to hide here. Off he goes.
How was the last mission? Was everything good with the helicopter?
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Helicopter is good. Fuel need to be refueled.
Don't worry. The helicopter is now in my precious hands. It will be ready to fly for the next mission.
We got away with it.
Thank you.
We actually got away with it. There we go. And look at that. Look at all those lovely helicopters. But we did it. We did it. It's so there you go. It's a good session. That got a couple of missions in, which is good. A couple of nice different missions as well. We did a bit of winching. I'm still absolutely chuffed to bits with the with that ski centre. There was me thinking that perhaps the mission had gone a little bit awry and it was giving us a injured skier mission where there were no skiers, but sure enough we had the ski slope and it was correct. Absolutely amazing. Right, let me just pull the camera back a bit and then we can have a quick look. Quick final shout out to all the people who've joined us on this flight in the air. There we go. What a bunch. It's been a pleasure having you guys along flying with me. It's also been great having you guys watching. Thank you for checking out the video. And I will let you get on with the rest of your Sunday. And I hope to see you again on the channel soon. Don't forget the Discord. Streamlabs has been dropping the link in for that. So if you're on Discord and you want to come along and say hello, cracking group of people there. A really good warbird section, general aviation section, and of course helicopter section. But yeah, a Discord isn't a Discord without a great community, and we're lucky to have such a good community. Anyway, as I said earlier on as well, I'm going to be doing a bit more streaming over the next couple of weeks as well, so there'll be a little bit more of this going on. Hoping to probably not this week, but the following week, bit of streaming in the the evenings as well. So if that makes it easier for you to join, then please do. And also just a quick shout out to say next Friday night on the Discord we have a group flight. It's a Warbird group flight, and we're going to be flying across Texas. So if you like your Warbirds and you're not already in the Discord, come along, join, and you can join us next Friday. Anyway, bloody hell, I've done a lot of waffling, haven't I? Here, have a great Sunday. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.